This is day one of a 5-day trip with my good friend Walt. We're entering on Poplar Lake this morning. It is September 24th. Looking for a kind of a relaxing trip this time. We're just going over to Horseshoe Lake, and we're going to set up a base camp there and do some exploring and fishing and photographing and what have you. We set out from Rockwood Outfitters, where we spent last night. As you can see, it's kind of a gray morning, but at least there's no wind, and right now no rain. Nice paddling, nice temperature. Probably somewhere in the upper 50s, I'm guessing. Maybe in the 60s. Fall colors are just starting to get going. And here we are approaching the portage landing for the portage from Poplar into Liz Lake. And halfway along Liz Lake is where we'll actually enter the boundary waters. Not too bad of a landing. So this is the approximately 50-rod portage between Poplar Lake and Liz Lake. long, narrow, pretty Liz Lake. We're at the Liz end of the portage from Poplar Lake. Just waiting for Walt to finish up the portage here. It's okay to wait for him because this trip is all about relaxation and not about necessarily getting from A to B. And just sit out here and enjoy myself. Been through this area before, but it's been many years ago. So kind of nice to be back. Kind of nice to be out here. My main goals for this trip are I want to photograph the fall colors, which are just starting to come out, which is a little bit later than last year. And hopefully, one of the main reasons I came into this area was I was hoping to be able to see and photograph some moose. So, and according to Mike at Rockwood Outfitters, there have been a lot of moose sightings lately, especially bull moose, which is obviously mostly what I'm looking for. So yeah, get a little bit of relaxation, get a few fall colors, travel with a good friend, and maybe see a moose or two. Managed to get everything in the trip?
I did.
Oh, good. That's a lot firmer down in the water than it looks.
Oh, good.
So you can wade all the way out to where I am. You see the mud back there and you think, oh my gosh, that's going to be terrible. And you step in the water and it's nice and firm.
Woo! All in due time.
Yep. We're not in a hurry, so not out here to kill you.
It's nice, it's cool.
Yeah.
There's no bugs.
Yeah, if it was 80 degrees and we were doing this type of thing and
I'd
bugs.
be breathing a lot heavier.
Yeah. And you don't even have a dog.
Oh, that's frosty. I like to see what way forward.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah, we're now at the southern end, going towards the southern end of Liz Lake, and we're officially in the boundary waters now. Towards the end of Liz Lake, so the Portage landing is down here at the end somewhere. Just back in here. Almost looks like we turned around and went back to the other end. Landing looks the same. Just gotta find a way I can get all kinds of roots and stuff in the way here. I may have to get out back here. See if I can get up in here. Yeah, I think that's as far as I can get. Okay, we're on Caribou Lake now. This is the end of the portage from Liz Lake. It was about roughly about 70 rods, give or take a few. Kind of muddy in spots, but not too bad. It has been a wet year, so it's not surprising that it's kind of muddy. But overall, not too bad of a portage. Decent landing on both ends. And so we're waiting here for Walt to come across the portage. And then we'll paddle around the corner on Caribou here, and we have a 20 rod portage between Caribou and Horseshoe. And that'll be all the portaging that we're doing today. And we'll find a campsite on Horseshoe, and like I said before, we'll end up, the plan is to base camp there for the bulk of our trip here, and then just come this same direction back out again on Tuesday. And here comes Walt.
Learn from you, Larry, to carry that on the front.
Yeah. Right.
No left.
Correct. 20-rod portage from Caribou to Horseshoe Lake. $11 o'clock, and it's the last portage of the day. Oh, there's Walt at the end of our last portage. Got any wise words you want to say? Yeah, it wasn't a very bad portage and decent landings at each end. And nice thing was it was only 20 rods, so it didn't take very long. And it is now about 20 after 11 and we're on our last lake. Just have to find a campsite. There's one in particular that I'm hoping will be open. If not, it looks like there's a couple of others. There's at least one campsite I can see from here that is open. So should be able to find something decent here. Well, here we are. We found a campsite here on Horseshoe Lake. Wouldn't you know it, as we were coming along Horseshoe Lake, we were passing empty campsite after empty campsite, all kinds of them. But the one that I particularly wanted is the only one that had anybody on it. So we're kind of going with a second choice here. As you can see, it's got a nice view off here to the, actually that's pointing more or less west. The only problem is, or the biggest problem with it is it's not close to where where we usually see moose, so I'm not going to be able to see, well, chances are we won't be able to see moose right from the campsite. I'll have to go out in the canoe and look for it. But it is a nice site, and definitely it's going to work well for the two of us, for Walt and I, and I should say for the three of us, because of Sam being along. But anyway, let me take you on a quick tour of the site. There's the landing, my canoe at the landing, and Walt's canoe is just over the other side of that cedar tree. And from the landing, we come up to the kitchen area. Some nice logs up here for sitting on. There's the fire grate. Don't have a lot of wood available. We've got a nice poker over there. Somebody left some trash in the fireplace. Not good. Here's the view from the kitchen area. I kind of wish they'd located the grate a little bit closer to the water, but not too bad here. Back in here, in amongst all the cedars and balsams, is a big tent area. It's kind of low lighting. This is where Walt says he's going to set up his tent in here. Out beyond it is a trail that looks like it's probably the latrine trail. There, Sam just came down. I'm guessing the latrine is back in there somewhere. So, well, let's go ahead and go and find out. We have plenty of time. We got here pretty early. It was a short day. Look at all the nice fall colors back in here. Just starting out. Nice little walk in the woods. And we wind around a little bit. And down. And there's the throne. No lid. The old round one, no lid. There again is where Walt's going to be setting up his tent. Not quite sure what, we haven't quite decided what to do about the tarp yet, but that might go just back of the kitchen area here. And then coming back over this way, it's a big, huge white pine back here. And beyond the white pine is another very nice tent pad. So this is where I'm going to be setting up my camp, my tent, right in here. Well, we now have our camp set up. There's the tarp. Here's the tarp all set up, and I've got a clothesline up here. I decided to do the twisted rope method of hanging my clothes here that I'd found on YouTube before. The thing that the YouTube videos hadn't shown me was just how difficult it was to wrap two ropes together. But anyway, the idea is that you wrap two ropes together, and then you can stick your clothes up, like I did here with my socks, and then you don't need clothespins. You just put the clothes up in between the two ropes, and that holds your clothes in place. But it took quite a bit to actually wrap two wrap two ropes together like that. Here's Walt's tent all set up. Like I said, we have the tarp set up now over here, and back there behind the white pine you can see my tent. Well, it's about 9 o'clock now, and as you can see, I'm in my tent, and we're going to call it an early night. It's been a pretty easy day. Well, this whole trip is going to be easy. I just came across those 3 portages and over to Horseshoe, and we were here by lunchtime, and kind of took our time setting up camp. Got our had lunch, and then later on we had dinner. We went out, got some firewood, decided not to have fire tonight, probably do that tomorrow night. Just too tired to stay up very late, so get a good night's sleep tonight. It's supposed to be foggy in the morning. Hopefully I can get out and early and maybe get some fog shots, maybe even find a moose or 2. Who knows, but it's pretty quiet here animal-wise. We had some geese fly over earlier today, but otherwise no moons calling, no beavers slapping. Haven't heard any moose at all. We have heard our neighbors from time to time, but they seem to have settled down now. So anyway, that's the wrap up for today, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Good night.